Hey guys, and welcome to my analysis of the longest overtime match that Rocket League Championship Series has ever seen in all 7 seasons. It was the Regional Championship Grand Finals for North America, Cloud9 versus NRG, with NRG up 2-0 in the best of 7. Let's just get right into it, because there's quite a lot to see today. So, pretty standard first kickoff. Game's going to play itself for a little bit. You know, going into this this series, NRG have been the dominant team for the whole season. Cloud9 struggling a bit more, but they did look very good in their semi-final win over G2 just before this match got underway. Well, I think it was 2 games prior, actually. But yeah, first thing to talk about there, Gimmick with a big giveaway of possession. He didn't need to do that. He could have taken it himself or passed it to Torment. And now we see Squishy double committing on a play that he doesn't really need to pressure. So messy start by Cloud9. NRG showing a bit more willingness to bring the ball down and control it, but a key interception by Squishy and a beautiful catch almost sets up a 1v3 play for himself. NRG hold on. So a big part of this game is going to be possession control, not giving the ball away for free. And I think out of these two teams, the team that are way better at doing this are NRG. Cloud9 have got to try and step it up a little bit, although some of their players do it better than others, and we'll talk about that as we go on here. So this is some pretty bad goalkeeping by Gimmick. I don't know why he's off his goal line there, but Torment comes to the rescue, passes it to Squishy, who takes a heavy first touch and doesn't really give himself any options to play the ball with. Nice ball chase by Fireburner there. He gets some pressure where where Justin and Garrett weren't going to be able to get any themselves. And it's Gimmick again giving the ball away, but I think this time he might not have known exactly where the NRG players were, so it's definitely a forgivable occurrence. Torment tries flip reset, doesn't look like it works, and Garrett G gets a very weird interception, but it's going to work out because now he's upfield for Fireburner's pass. And I love that backwall catch by Torment. He actually takes the ball under control, looks for a 50-50 instead of just booming it straight towards his opponents. And now, yeah, the game's just going to play itself for a little bit again. Not too much going on, just the only play that's relevant or that's actually any good to make at any one time is the one being made. So that's what players are doing. The game's kind of just playing itself. Okay, there's a decision. Gimmick decides not to dive in as third man, which is interesting, surprising, and somewhat effective. Torment dodges onto boost and ball, but gets ball chased by Fireburner. Again, effective ball chasing by Fireburner on his recovery. Gimmick could have probably let that roll through to Torment and guided it if he was worried that Justin would rush. Kind of gave it away again, but that spin from Garrett's touch actually surprises everybody. He's not able to follow up with a good pass though, and Torment shows him how it's done, brings Gimmick into the play. Really, Torment doing a lot of work for Cloud9 this game so far in terms of keeping possession under control. NRG have been overall the better team, but Torment definitely putting in a shift. Garrett G avoids getting dunked on by Torment, but Gimmick reads it with a key interception. Fireburner plays it to himself off a sidewall, but Garrett G gets involved instead, and once again can't get the ball center very effectively. He's just curved it around the wall, but it's alright because Gimmick's just going to give it away again, and then Fireburner comes in. Squishy's hesitating in no man's land. Torment's off the goal line for some reason. 1-0 NRG, so pretty diabolical defending by Cloud9 in this entire play. Nobody really doing anything of any use whatsoever, and NRG are going to score those. Easy stuff for Justin, who I think he was given the whole season MVP, right? Because that's a good decision in my opinion. Okay, Squishy did not need to make that ball chase. That was probably risky, but worse is happening at the back of the field as Gimmick with no boost runs straight into Torment, and again, just a pretty awful play by Cloud9. NRG with a nice 1-2 little passing play, but yeah, Squishy could have probably given Torment and Gimmick more time to reposition if he didn't dive in there. Still not, that doesn't make what Gimmick did forgivable at all. Okay, so Cloud9 get a favourable possession on kickoff. Now it's Garrett's or Fireburner's turn to not really be relevant at the near post wall. Garrett getting goal side on a 50-50. And Gimmick's gone in the way of Torment's shot. That's not a good idea. I think Torment probably got put off there, but luckily it's Justin making a soft clear. Straight down the middle, or was it Fireburner? I saw Dominus making a soft clear for NRG straight down the middle. We've got Torment again with another soft touch on the back wall. This time brings out 1 player out of the game, 2 players out of the game. Just brilliant play by Torment. And Squishy almost connects with a double touch. Maybe hitting the ball more sharply into the ceiling would have made it more difficult for Justin, but that's a beautiful 50-50 by Gimmick, and Torment comes in with a bar down. He's popping off, and I love that by Gimmick. He avoids running right on into Garrett and then controls the 50-50 as well, and the finish by Torment is absolutely perfect. Okay, so double boost grab by Cloud9. Gimmick trying to win the kickoff, which makes no sense if you're grabbing 2 boosts at the back, but luckily NRG don't get anything going. Torment brings it under control, then Gimmick comes in and says, nah, I want to give it away again. Give me the ball so I can give it to NRG. So now the game's just going to play itself for a little bit. Maybe those are panic touches by Torment and Squishy, because again, they might not have perfect information of where NRG are there. And a key save by Gimmick. That's probably the best play he's made all game, but he maybe was a little bit out of position. Made up for it though with a really, really nice interception. Love that Fireburner didn't jump off the wall there. It's going to improve his recovery significantly without really affecting the play. And Torment with a good defensive pass once again. Really has been playing a pretty good game here. Now this is just a single game, by the way. I feel like this is probably a good time to mention that, you know, this being just one game does not reflect the entire season. I think Torment actually had one of his worst seasons of League play in this season. There's real one respect by Justin. We like to see that. That is brilliant. So I reckon on the cast somebody said that Justin's probably trying to get away from this, but it doesn't look like he is. It looks like he's very happy to just drive right into Gimmick there and accept Rule 1. So that's brilliant to see. But yeah, this isn't a complete reflection on Cloud9 or NRG's seasons at all. It's just a single game. And you know, some days one player will show up and another one won't. Some games one player will show up and another one won't. It just so happens in this game, in the first 5 minutes, Torment's been making some pretty good defensive plays for Cloud9 for the most part. Maybe a couple misplays. But I like the possession control that he's been able to exude. I think Gimmick could definitely learn from that. But, you know, that's never been Gimmick's strength. Offense is usually the thing he's known for, and that side flip shot was just about good enough to just win the game. And that would have really swung this series around. An overtime game 3 win is pretty big. So I like that. That's better from Gimmick. He's trying to draw in a 50-50. It's miles better than just giving it away. And there we go. Straight away, 2 50-50s in a row. And those are likely to go in your favor because you're the team who have got the better position to be making 50-50s. Garrett with a narrow double touch miss. Looks like Torment is trying to initially just chip that off the wall, but he realized as he was driving by that he wasn't going to make contact, so he dodged. I would have definitely not had the reaction time for that myself. But yeah, I think this game goes, I mean, spoiler by the way, I'm just gonna reveal here. This game, it does go beyond 10 minutes if I'm not mistaken in overtime. I don't remember the exact OT duration, but yeah, I imagine that the thumbnail for this video probably had a visual of the OT length, so you're probably spoiled already. Let's see how it goes. I think for this OT, I think when I was watching this live, I just stopped watching at some point, but the actual match itself, I got to catch. It was a good series for sure. Good slow play by Justin again. Not the greatest flick, but Garrett G's going to catch up to it and almost puts a double touch in from a really weird angle. Fireburner also nearly gets it. Lucky second touch on that ball. Oof, Garrett G really awkwardly positioned there. Not sure why he was so far forward on standing still, but nothing going too wrong for NRG out of that play. It looks like Cloud9 are just going to try and muscle their way through this. They want to just battering ram the ball into the corner here and hope that NRG are going to let it through, which is unlikely. You know, just smashing the ball into the offensive corner doesn't usually result in goals unless you're combining it with, well, that'll do it, 2 demos. That would do the trick. Yeah, 2 minutes and 31 into overtime already. And I'm sure that as, you know, overtimes go on, even in the highest level of competitive RL, things are going to get a bit more tense. People aren't going to be keeping a hold of the ball and passing it as well. They're probably just going to be giving it away. But there was a good pass by NRG. Pre-jump by Fireburner on this air dribble. At least he did make contact there, but he's forcing the Cloud9 player to take it higher and higher just to get over him, which limits the things that the goalkeeper behind him has to think about when the ball does finally arrive. Yeah, Cloud9 are just going for lots of 50-50s here. I'm not sure that they're probably not going to get anything out of this, but they want to just get a lucky bounce, maybe another 50-50 that they can kind of control into the middle of the box and get somebody to reach on the end of. As for NRG, they shouldn't be afraid of 50-50s in that spot at all. They should be pretty happy taking 50-50s in the defensive corner in threes when you've got your entire team back and spread out and on decent boost. Not sure exactly what their boost levels are at. Hopefully Psyonix will add, hopefully Epic will add a little boost meter on the left and right hand side of the screen that can tell who's got what boost at all times. So just approaching 4 minutes OT here. It's been Cloud9 in offense for quite a long time, which definitely shows some good restraint for them, that they haven't, taken themselves out of the game at any point and conceded a counter-attack goal or lost pressure. They're kind of squashing NRG into their own half pretty well. But then you look at the NRG perspective, and they don't look too worried, at least for the time being. Everything's sort of comfortable over here. I'm sure they would love to be attacking. Oh, okay, well, Fireburner would love to apparently just steal the steal the show here from Justin. I don't know what that was about. I mean, obviously, if you don't have to queue up and goal in Rocket League, the standard thing to do there is for Fireburner just queue up at the back post and wait for Justin to make a play, then he can follow up on it. But you don't have to. I mean, if Fireburner's coming in with a ton of momentum and he sees that the ball is going to be easy to take, then he could just call it and Justin sits still, lets Fireburner go through. But that did not look like one of those times, so I'm not sure if that's what he has. If that's what he had planned. Great save by Torment. Post pinch. Counter-attacks for NRG are definitely looking a bit scary at the moment, as Justin just accepts another 50-50 pretty fearlessly. And there we have the double game. 5 minutes OT has just passed, and Squishy maybe didn't have his dodge there. You'd expect that he would have a dodge. He seems to always have one, but not this time. Gimmick trying to control another 50-50 into the box, but nobody's back post to take an easy shot. And that's such a good save by Justin. You'd think that would be the game. Just look at, even now when I'm watching, and I know the result, and I've seen this game already, I'm thinking, wait a minute, but what about that? That looks like it could be a goal. Oh, Justin's just really good, never mind. Gimmick very nearly gets super lucky with a just kind of corkscrew double touch. Garrett's looking for 50-50s again. It's all NRG just looking for 50-50s in defense. They don't want to give a really easy, clean ball to Cloud9. And that's a nice redirect by Garrett. Look, it's going to be saved by Squishy though. So the worst thing that NRG could do when they're getting pressured in like that is soft clear the ball and then give Cloud9 like some momentum to work with. Because if you just hit the ball softly at your opponent, they can then smash it at a teammate of theirs or smash it at your goal and leave you completely compromised. Whereas you look for a 50-50, it's a bit more difficult for the opposing team to control it and difficult for them to know exactly what's going to happen. Boost running out for Justin. Just trying to keep the ball in the corner here as Fireburner, but it kicks out. It's not what he was looking for. Really want to get that ball to go up the wall if there's nobody already there to rush in and smash it straight back into the box. I think Cloud9 have realized that just barreling into the corner isn't really doing anything, so they're trying to cut infield. They really want that infield pass, but they've got to be careful, and they are being pretty careful about it because they're not committing too heavy with their third man. If you infield pass to your third man in 3v3, it can be very, very dangerous. One interception is not just a counter-attack, it's just a straight-up goal across the field if you do that. There's 7 minutes of OT. I don't know what the longest overtime was before this one, in fact, but I'm pretty sure that it wasn't a 10-minute one. I feel like I would remember if there was another 10-minute overtime. Because I remember when I was looking at this count up to 10 minutes, I was like, yes, please, just give us the 10 minutes. Nobody score, everybody miss, please. Yes, thank you. So Garrett with a half flip straight away, just giving the ball to Squishy, and they almost got punished. But never mind, Justin with another ridiculously good touch in defense, and clears the ball all the way down the field to give his team time to recover. That was a really important interception by Fireburner, actually. You see, there's the dangers. That's the infield pass from Justin, and Squishy's just read it easily. And immediate turnover of possession and also pressure. More 50-50s. Seems like every time there's just somebody arriving at the perfect moment for NRG, and You know, it might look like they're just hanging on here, but that's just what, you know, good rotation looks like when you've always got somebody arriving at the perfect time to intercept every ball. You're probably just playing pretty well with how you rotate. And you rarely see, at least this season, you rarely see really bad double commits from NRG. Even Vitality and EU, you know, everybody's talking about Vitality and NRG being the best two teams. Like, even Vitality and EU have had more like really awkward double touches than NRG have, and I'd say Barcelona as well, but NRG very rarely have an awkward one. You still have a couple though. It's impossible to avoid all double touches. No flip reset for Justin, but funnily enough it almost gave Fireburner a free goal. These kind of fakes are underrated. I think I'm recording this after watching EU regionals. I saw a goal that K-Dop scored where Fairy Peak just kind of jumped and didn't do anything right behind the ball, and the K-Dop just jumped over him and hit it. These kind of plays where it looks like one player's going to hit the ball, then suddenly straight over the top of them comes another player. You know, it looks like a double commit, but it's hard to read for the opposition. Really, really hard to read, and you've got the benefit of comms. You never know. Maybe that was planned for Justin to just miss that flip reset. I don't think it was this time, but you just you can never be sure until you ask the guys themselves. Like the back pass by NRG there. Garrett, unfortunately for them, did not have too much boost. That's a risky touch by Fire, but there's somebody ready to run onto it. Luckily for him, Cloud9 were giving him a bit more respect, but that's looking a bit dodgy. Fireburner with a whiff, and Garrett has to get a couple of nice touches actually. He's done pretty well there to stall for as long as he did, and we're approaching the 10-minute OT. Here's 9:45. Cloud9 have had the majority of the pressure, I'd say, but the chances have been pretty even. I reckon both teams have had some okay chances in this overtime, but none have been too crazy. And part of that is because the defense and the midfield rotations have been pretty solid for both teams. There haven't been really that many openings to exploit, but also the passing options have not been utilized to the maximum potential. Not seeing too many, like, you know, we're not seeing NRG play keep away with multiple touches in a row. They'll play keep away on one touch, then they'll just shoot on the next, and it goes straight to a goalie. And for Cloud9, they're not really playing keep away at all. They're just trying to mechanics their way through this one. They're just trying to somehow get the ball through NRG. Good 50 by Fireburner. Had to lean back there just to make sure he wasn't getting screwed up. That's a better pass there by NRG, and also note a second pass afterwards. That's what I was asking for. Want to see not just one pass, but two, even three is where you really start to get difficult to defend against plays. But this, I don't know, the tide definitely looks like it's turned. 11 minutes OT. And Cloud9 have looked a bit less threatening. They've slowed down a little bit. Fatigue might be setting in, and there's Garrett G. He's not slowed down. Smashes it top shelf. Yeah, it looked like Cloud9 kind of just panicked a little bit there. Everybody's off the goal line. We're a Torment and Gimmick going. Whole team, I think we'll just, since it is such a long overtime, let's watch the end again. The last, like, 15 seconds. Clear comes in from Fireburner. Garrett G can't get on the end of it. Gimmick plays it away from him and looks for a 50-50, but Justin smartly plays around him, bumps Torment, and then in comes Squishy, just kind of gives it away. Fireburner, center ball off the ceiling. Nobody's in goal. Everybody's in the corner for Cloud9. And NRG get the finish. Now, how often in this overtime did we see Cloud9 pushing NRG into this exact same position? This exact spot where NRG won the game from. How often did we see a Cloud9 player making a touch or trying to make a touch like this one that Fireburner's going for, just trying to get the ball into the middle and then hope for the best? And every single time NRG would just knock it away. They always had somebody who would arrive at the ball at the same time. If there's a player going out for this kind of aerial, somebody would be there, and there would probably be somebody else in net, and then the other guy would be recovering or interfering with the play in some way. They held on in that spot for so long, and then as soon as it happens to Cloud9, you've got Gimmick pathing all the way out goal here. I don't really know why, because that ball is not clear, it's not safe, it's coming straight back. It needs to be more patience there for Cloud9 right at the end. But that's the longest overtime in RLCS history, guys. 11 minutes and 12 seconds. And the points per game stats for these three would have skyrocketed. I know that Justin already had some pretty ridiculous points per game stats before this, like average above 500. But yeah, 1,300 points in one game. That's going to help. You know, Torment with 1123 points on a loss. He did have a pretty solid game here. I think Torment overall this season has not been the same, you know, MVP Torment from the Season 6 World Championship. But this game, he did have some really good slow plays and defense. But yeah, they just couldn't find a way past the almost impeccable at times NRG defense. Unless you can rule one Justin, apparently. It's pretty difficult to get the ball past them. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I thought I would try to do no pausing because it is such a long replay, and I know some of you guys won't have seen it, so you just want to watch it non-stop. But I was trying to speed my analysis through regardless. So yeah, hopefully I didn't sound too random. So I had to very quickly make points and then move on to the next one because a lot of stuff's happening. But yeah, really exciting game. Congrats to both these teams in making LAN. NRG might be looking like the best team right now. And this isn't the first time that I've predicted NRG to win a LAN, but no, I don't want to do it just yet. But they're looking very good, and they are looking very, very strong. So it's going to be exciting to see how this one pans out. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, and hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought down below, and I'll be back tomorrow with more of the 4 actually. So I'll see you then for that. For now, take care.